Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I am learning to canter. I am Danielle. This is my first long form YouTube video, so I hope you enjoy. We're going to jump straight into it because otherwise I can end up rambling for a little bit too long and then you will just click off and don't blame me. So, a little bit about me and a little bit about my backstory. I am 33 years old at the moment, and I never got the luxury of learning to ride a horse or anything when I was a kid. It was something that I decided to do as an adult, but I always thought, you know what, I'm too old to be doing this. I can't, I feel like I've missed my chance. I'm gonna go to these riding schools and I'm gonna have to do it with all these kids, and it really used to make me insecure. And one Christmas I actually got a horse riding lesson for Christmas, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Slightly terrifying because like I'd only sat on a couple of horses all my life, so never tried horse riding at all ever in my life. So I was very nervous, very excited. I think a lot of it was, honestly, it was like embarrassment, I guess, in a way, which is so stupid looking back on it now. And maybe I'll do more of a video on first horse riding lessons as an adult beginner, and you will 100%, if you aren't an adult, you'll be able to take a little bit from it as well, because I think we all have a little bit of insecurities about going on our first horse riding lesson. But that'll be on a video to come, so subscribe and we will get into that then. I done my first, let me see if I can figure it out, it was literally 3 years ago. I think it was 23 it would have been, so it's like 3 years in January I done my first horse riding lesson. So yeah, the fact that I've been riding 3 years already is like unheard. Like, it's just, I can't believe it. I can't believe I actually stuck to something for so long. So yeah, 3 years nearly I've been riding. We're going to quickly go through how my horse riding journey has actually went, and I'll try and give a really quick overview on these past 3 years. So like I say, I started in January and I went to this first place, and I just managed to, I'm pretty sure I managed to walk and trot on that first lesson, which was amazing. I didn't think I'd be able to. I just managed to find the rhythm. I do feel like I have good rhythm. Can't dance, but I do feel like I can sort of find a rhythm quite easy. So that bit was absolutely fine. So if you can hear a noise, it's my dog snoring. Can you hear that? So yes, I think I went to 2 lessons there. It was a little far, and also I just didn't quite gel with the instructor, I think, as well. And it's a big tip I have as well. If something doesn't feel right, just trust your gut and sort of try something new. There's so many options to try other things. And then I went somewhere a little bit closer. I managed to find somewhere a little bit closer. And I think on my second lesson there, I was told to canter a horse. And that first attempt at cantering a horse, I fell off. And that caused massive issues with my confidence. The fact that I got on is just sheer stubbornness, I think. But I'm really glad I got back on and I really pushed through. I remember the lesson after that, it was another new instructor. I cried that lesson. It's one of the times I've cried in a horse riding lesson. Every other time it's just been behind closed doors, but that was the first time I cried in a lesson. But I think it was just the adrenaline, the fear, the unknown. It was a lot. It's a lot to get back on a horse after you've fallen off. And I think because it was so close to the start of my journey as well, like, it was just a lot. But I persisted, I kept going, and it was a very slow process. We then got to about September and I took on my first lone horse. I went to one of my instructor's yards and it was all great. I absolutely loved it there, but I do feel like my confidence still wasn't quite ready for it. I wasn't confident enough, and the horse that I was on mostly was an ex-race horse. He was spooky, and I just think I couldn't let go of the trust in the fact that I knew what I was doing. and a few things happened where I just didn't feel as if I could do it anymore, and I think I stayed there 2-3 months. There was also a couple of other scenarios happening, like my husband got a new job and it was a little bit too far. I needed to be a little bit closer for the kids. Like there was a few things going on, but long story short, it just wasn't working out anymore for that lone horse. I then went to another school and tried there for a little while. I got married and took a little break from horse riding. And then, like I say, still really at this point, I've not cantered. And that was like a good year into my journey. So I'd really only cantered the once. Really, I might have accidentally done a couple of strides. Oh yes, because there was one time on that first lone horse where the horse spooked, darted off, and I really thought we were going over the fence. I thought we were jumping it. That was terrifying. So that was like one of the things, like, oh god, maybe I'm not made out for this. So yeah, I tried somewhere else. I would then get married and ended up taking a bit of a break and found another place. Honestly, I feel like if you want to have reviews of the Northeast horse riding schools around me, then I'm your girl, because I've been to them all. So yes, I found a new place and that was all going really well. And there was an instructor that I really liked, and then there was some drama, and that was where I got my second lone horse, and it was all going really well there. And then something just changed for some reason. I just felt as if I was sort of being ignored a little bit, being excluded a little bit. There was like whisperings and stuff, and I could just be completely overthinking, but something just didn't feel right. I felt as if like something, I just felt like I wasn't welcome there anymore. And basically I got a message from the owner saying that we are going to have to change the days from 3 days to 2 days for this lone horse that I had. And basically I didn't agree with it, basically. So I was like, it's fine, we'll not bother loaning anymore, I'll go back to the lessons, that's fine. And it was quite sad actually, because that day my daughter was actually going for a horse riding lesson, and the environment was very cold. It was not, I don't know if it's just me being a little bit sensitive and overthinking, I don't know, but something, like, I don't feel as if my daughter got the lesson that she should have got. The first lesson she ever had there was amazing with this other instructor. She sort of like really sort of like went one-on-one with her, took her out into the yard and sort of brushed the horse and stuff like that, and something just wasn't right. And without me sort of boring you with all the drama, then I guess it's not really that big of a deal. But anyways, there was drama at this yard, I feel. It sort of ended on awkward terms a little bit, and I was looking for a new yard again, and I ended up going back to the one that I'm at now, actually, and I'm actually having so much fun. The first instructor in the last place managed to really help me find my confidence. So we'll go back a little bit. You know, can you remember when I said that I went to the last yard and there was the first instructor that was really nice, but then there was drama and she didn't come back? Well, that instructor really helped change my mindset. She was amazing. I really, really enjoyed her. There was one time she made me close my eyes on the horse, and something with me just clicked, and I was like, I need to trust the horse. The horse doesn't want to hurt me. The horse doesn't intentionally want to do this. It's not purposely trying to do anything. It's just, it needs to trust me and I need to trust it, and we need to end up being a team. So yeah, something then really changed, and I was very, very close to cantering with her. I did it a couple of times where she had me on the lead rein, and she, bless her, she was running up and down. That was great. And also I had a couple of instructors after her where we'd done a couple of cantering, and with that lone horse I was definitely working on my canter. I found it a little bit difficult because she had a very bouncy canter, very bouncy trot, so it was definitely something I had to work on. But yeah, unfortunately, I felt like we got a bit connected, and then obviously the situation happened where I had to find another yard, which is fair enough, which is sort of where we are at now. How long have I been at this new yard? Maybe about a month? No. I can't even think. Oh, maybe a couple of months. I don't know. A couple of months, we'll say. Feels a lot shorter than that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I haven't been anywhere else since, have I? Oh yes, I tried actually somewhere else in between this, but I was with a bunch of kids and it just didn't feel right. It just wasn't working, which is absolutely fine. Anyways, we are in the yard where I'm at now and I'm having so much fun. I joined a group lesson in this place and the people are so fun. We have such a good laugh. We all sort of like take the mick out of each other and also really support each other. It's like, oh my god, yes, you can do this, like giving tips and right, try this, this is what you're doing wrong, do this. And it's really, really helpful. It's really, really boosted my confidence. The horses here are a lot slower and they're very much a school horse, if you know what I mean, which is fine, but it's taken a little bit to sort of like find the buttons, find the right spot and trust the process a little bit. And I think, if I'm honest, I'm getting in my own head and I'm stressing about it a little bit too much. So it's a work in progress here. There was one horse here that I went on, was beautiful. When I say her canter felt like I was flying, it felt like I was flying. But I've definitely feel as if like it's took me like the 2 years to really find my confidence with the cantering. And like I say, it's took me 2 years to try cantering again. And I guess if I want to sort of point anything out, don't compare your journey with somebody else's, because everybody is on a completely different journey, and what you struggle with somebody else might not, but then what somebody else struggles with you might actually find really easy, and that's absolutely fine. It's really difficult not to compare each other, and I used to really beat myself up and be like, why can't I canter a horse? Why am I so scared? But I am a scaredy cat. The fact that I'm even doing this alone and really getting myself out of my comfort zone is something in itself. It's the fact that it's unheard of. But yeah, we are now up to today, and I've recently tried looking for another lone horse because I'm desperate to own. Desperate. But I just don't think financially I'm brave enough to make that commitment yet. So that's why I'm looking for a lone horse. And I've been on him twice. The first time we went onto a hack, and honestly, it was the most, it was the scariest thing I've ever done, for one. And what was I going to say? It was the scariest thing I've ever done, but it's like, it was just pure adrenaline. It was amazing. But I really have struggled a little bit the last few days. With sort of like overthinking everything and feeling as if like, oh my god, am I actually ready for this? And just a bit of imposter syndrome's coming in a little bit with that. And that's where I'm at actually right now with my horse riding journey. I was out today and I took him into the arena, and yeah, it's like trusting a little bit. But like I say, I don't know whether I'm overthinking or if I have a gut feeling, so I'm just going to sort of see how it is and go from there, basically. I'll go into the other place to have the lessons, just because I feel like it's great for like just company and it's a good laugh. But yeah, that is where we are at, I guess. That is my full 3 years of horse riding. If you have more questions and you want to know more, if I've missed anything, I don't know, because like I say, it's just word vomited out. Leave a comment and I can sort of like think about other videos to film. But yeah, that last little step of like me loaning is the next step, or do I just risk it and buy? I don't know. But yeah, thanks guys for watching this video. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much. I would really appreciate if you subscribe, share with your friends if you think somebody else wants to sort of follow somebody else's horse riding journey, because I know there's not very many people sharing like the full journey, and trying to be very vulnerable and stuff with it. So I'm really trying my hardest to like be honest. But I know being honest can sometimes get you a lot of hate. So we shall see how far and how deep I go into things. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will hope to get another video up soon. But yeah, have the best day.